Hey guys, what's going on today? Here it is FatMatt. Today we have episode 4 of COD Zombies Unpopular Opinions. Now this episode is actually going to be the first one that is themed, and by that I mean, this is a Black Ops 4 episode, because Black Ops 4 is one of the most controversial Call of Duty Zombies games. We're diving into this first, and we have our special guest this week, that is Tim fucking Hansen.
Dude, what the fuck is going on? Do you mind if I swear?
No, I don't care. I called you Tim fucking Hansen.
Oh, you did. I usually zone it out. Anyways, what's going on? Thank you for joining us on this blessed, what is it, Thursday evening. Or it's not being uploaded on a Thursday, but we're recording it on a Thursday.
You'll see it at some point. That's all that matters. So we got some interesting unpopular opinions. The first one is from J.R. Rizzo, the absolute GOAT, and he says that Ancient Evil is better than Der Eisendrache. This is definitely unpopular, but I don't completely disagree. I like this.
It's interesting because the maps are very similar. They're very similar in design, so you could definitely you could put them in the same category and sort of decide for yourself. I think these maps are so similar. It's just whether or not you like BO3 or BO4.
Exactly. More. Well, I give it Ancient Evil is a Der Eisendrache BO4 easily. Like, I love Ancient Evil. It's my favorite map on the game. So they're literally comparable on the same level. But I like this because I don't know, some people don't like Ancient Evil that much, but I think it's totally up there with DE, so it's definitely a good opinion. Yeah,
it's okay. Of all the I haven't read all of these, but of all of the unpopular opinions, this actually is a passable one. I like this one because they are very similar maps. You got the 4 bows, the 4 gauntlets.
Yeah, they're comparable.
Though, Ancient Evil would be Der Eisendrache had Der Eisendrache not already existed, so that's sort of the problem
exactly
here. But then again, I guess you could say the same thing about Origins and Der Eisendrache, so yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, DE is just Origins and Mob combined, but whatever, we'll get into the next question. So we have Carter Johnson saying the Chaos story felt like it fit into the game better, and Aether just felt intrusive, kind of like it was cut in. And I totally agree with this. The game feels like it was built for Chaos, and they kind of just put Aether in there to continue it and keep the community going.
Yes. The problem is they did not make it clear at the beginning of the game which one they were prioritizing. They said, here's 2 Chaos maps, here's 2 Ether maps. Fuck it. You decide which one.
We literally, we're debating throughout the life cycle. We didn't know what order they're going to release the maps, and we're like, oh, can we get 2 Aether, then 2 Chaos? We're going to get an Aether, then Chaos, and Aether, then Chaos? Or is DLC going to be all Aether? We really had no idea. They did not. I feel like they just didn't plan this out.
They didn't give a shit. Dude, at spawn, or not at spawn, oh my god, at launch, Jesus Christ.
Same thing.
At launch, dude, they gave us 2 of each, so we're like, okay, it's a 50-50 deal. Then we get Dead of the Night, and we're like, so this is Chaos.
With no trailer.
And then we get Ancient Evil, and we're like, okay, this is definitely Chaos. And then we get Alpha Omega, we're like, well, what the fuck's going on here? I'm losing track of what the hell. It's definitely a confusing story arc. They basically divided up the community in half.
It was terrible. Because the thing is with this, hold on, I'm having a brain fart.
It's fucking terrible how they divided up the community like that. They're like, here's 4 launch maps, 2 different storylines. Try to do 4 different Easter eggs and follow 2 different stories at launch.
Yeah,
it's just confusing. It's blatantly confusing to everybody.
In my opinion, BO4 should have been full Chaos, or at least a DLC season, because Ancient Evil was actually a really high point, so they could have just skyrocketed, finished off Chaos with the last 2 DLCs, boom, Chaos is done, Black Ops 4 is Chaos. That's okay, that's cool. And then BO5 could have been fully fleshed out Aether ending. They could have continued off Blood for a full DLC season, and it could have been beautiful, but instead it was just all mushed together, and it was just all fucking messy.
Do you think Dead of the Night would have been a better launch map? Because I think chronologically, didn't it have it first?
Yes. If it was I think the maps, it should have been Dead of the Night, and then Voyage, and then 9 would have been DLC 1. And let me tell you, if 9 was DLC 1, and then we got Ancient Evil for DLC 2, that's a pretty good lineup right there. But the fact that Dead of the Night flopped on launch was just terrible, or on DLC 1 was just awful.
Well, you can thank Treyarch for not marketing it. Okay, imagine having an intro cinematic already made, and you're like, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna
just take it out. Yeah, it's okay.
Dude, I didn't. You know how I found out? Where were you when you found out Dead of the Night existed? I was scrolling through Twitter and I found out that Dead of the Night had released earlier in the day. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I saw something on Twitter and they're like, this new zombies map's sick. I'm like, new zombies map? What do you mean? And then I went on.
I hop off Twitter for a day. You leave Twitter for a day, you find out there's a new fucking map. It's like,
yeah,
okay, thanks. Treyarch, thank you. Thank you, Treyarch.
I remember that map made me so depressed, just Dead of the Night existing, because I was like, man, this is a new zombies map. No one cares. This is really it. But the next unpopular opinion is from Lewis or Gaming Evo, and I know Tim's gonna like this. He said Blood is the best map on BO4.
How? Just like
definitely unpopular.
Okay, do you believe this? Is this an unpopular opinion that you believe as well? That Blood is the best map in BO4?
Blood is only worse than Ancient Evil. I'm a Blood advocate though. I think you know that. I like Blood. I feel like you hate Blood because you compare it to Mob. They're two different maps, and you love Mob, so I feel like it's just...
Well, do you compare 5 to Classified, or do you consider those two maps different too?
That's an interesting part. I see Classified as Ultimus going to the Pentagon, like 5, but I see Blood as a different map in the same location. So yeah, now I'm all contradicted inside. I don't like that. Now I'm all confused.
Yeah, see now I just flipped your head. No, personally Blood is, in my opinion, definitely one of the worst maps in Black Ops 4. Okay. Of all time, I haven't fully decided, honestly, because my opinions change every fucking day.
So do mine, so.
But I think about Blood of the Dead and I think, oh my god, like 9 is better, and this is just Tim's opinion, by the way. 9 is better. Ancient Evil is better. Classified is better. Voyage is neck and neck with Blood, in my opinion.
Okay.
Dead of the Night is sort of down there, although I do think Dead of the Night gets more bonus points for being original. Yeah. And I think you're right. I think the reason why I hate Blood more than I should is because I compare it to Mob, because Mob to me is just fucking amazing, and the fact that I think you're right. But Blood, best map, absolutely. This is the only unpopular opinion so far that I fucking cannot get behind.
I know majority of the community just does not like Blood at all. Like, they hate
That's
it.
a bold
they
opinion.
hate it. When it comes down to it, though, right now, because like you said, opinions change and mine's changing every day too. But I think I'd rather play Blood right now. I think it has more to offer for me gameplay-wise. Like Mob, I feel like I get bored high rounding and stuff. But that's just me right now.
That's fair.
The next unpopular opinion is from my friend Caleb Ross. He said Dead of the Night is an S tier map. Now S tier for me is Origins, DE, and like those style maps. So I definitely cannot agree with this. I hate Dead of the Night. I've only played it a couple times. I don't enjoy this map at all.
Dead of the Night for me was a bottom tier map when it first launched. When it first launched, I thought it was shit. Okay. And I still don't think it's great, but it has grown on me slightly. I think it's original. Like when a map is original, it gets bonus points. It's got a great atmosphere, a pretty cool wonder weapon. It also has a lot of shitty qualities. Awful characters, the least memorable characters.
Yeah, without a doubt.
The Nosferatu single-handedly ruined the map for me, if I'm being honest. But aside from that, like,
are those like the vampire? I don't know what the Nosferatu is.
They're fucking vampires, Nosferatus. They literally ruined the map in my opinion. And the other problem with Dead of the Night, too many things to worry about, too many parts to grab. Now this is a lot of maps, but on Dead of the Night, you don't really get rewarded for a lot of things. Yeah. Like on a map like Origins, I always say this. On Origins, you do all this shit. You do all this fetch quest stuff, right? But you get 4 stats.
You could shoot lightning out of a fucking stick. That's awesome.
On Dead of the Night, what do you get? You get an Alistair's Folly, and then you get a fucking wooden spear to kill the vampire. Like, the reward to risk ratio isn't there on Dead of the Night. I think that's why it's so low.
I exactly see what you mean, but I didn't even give this map a chance. I've literally played it 2 or 3 times. One time my friend carried me through the Easter egg, and I had fun. I didn't know what was going on. But do you think this map is worth giving another shot? Like, would you say that I should try it and give it a shot? Because it's probably my least favorite map in this game.
Okay, on like a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being a masterpiece, 5 being like the bottom tier. For me, it went from like a 5 to a 4.
Okay. I'll give it.
So, take what you will of that.
I also have I played TOG like once or twice too. But anyway.
Oh god, that map.
It was just so disappointing, anticlimactic. But we're not talking. I think we talk about TOG later, so we can catch up with that. Okay, so Expert Fusion says Voyage of Despair is not a bad map. The Easter egg is a bit tedious, but literally everything else, from soundtrack to wonder weapon, atmosphere, and map design, is all stellar. Now, I can kind of agree with this because the Titanic's cool, but at the end of the day, I hate this map. It's tedious. It's boring. It kind of just sucks. The layout just doesn't make sense to me, and I get confused running around this map. I hate it. I think it's a terrible map, so I
Don't
disagree.
don't you just feel depressed when you play this? Like, how do you ever hop on Voyage and get excited? And get
Exactly.
pumped
It's
up?
like, oh, I'm playing Voyage. Oh, okay.
Dude, I get more excited when I hop on Bus Depot than fucking Voyage.
I thought you were gonna say Blood of the Dead. I was gonna be like, there we go. You're getting the hang of it, but I'll still take it.
No, when I spawn in Blood of the Dead, I feel way more ecstatic. It's just over time, Blood of the Dead chips away at me. But when I spawn in, I'm like,
That's fair.
alright,
That's fair.
yeah. When I spawn in Voyage, I feel nothing. It's fucking awful. I haven't even attempted the Easter egg, so I won't talk about that part.
Dude,
but,
I don't know, but apparently, because my friends do a lot of Easter eggs, it's literally just turning clocks and like aligning planets. Like, that's the most boring thing ever. I hate clock steps. I hate code bullshit and Easter eggs. I don't know. I think Origins is a perfect Easter egg. I like when you have to do stuff like throw grenades, press buttons, build wonder weapons, not when you have to turn shit and figure out math. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could not disagree more with the whole map design is stellar. I think Voyage of Despair is one of the most confusing maps because the Titanic was a beautiful ship, but when you make it into a map where you have to traverse it, dude, there are literally three or four different like identical grand staircases.
Yeah, literally. It's like it almost spirals kind of.
Every room to me looks pretty. It's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit clusterfucky. I do like the Kraken. That is one thing I like about Voyage. Everyone shits on the Kraken. It's pretty good, and the upgrade process for it, like the different variants. I actually kind of dig that, but that's the only thing of Voyage.
No, they're pretty badass, but they're just on a terrible map, so it's like I've never really used the wonder weapons either. Like I can't speak much for these maps. And then we have Zoe saying it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Now I agree with this because people will like think Black Ops 4 Zombies will just be like this game's absolute shit, but it's not that bad. I can have fun on some of these maps. I can enjoy it.
I think the problem with BO4 is that you never want to go, not like you as a whole, like you watching this video, but me, like I never want to go out of my way to play this game. Like if I'm playing it, I don't hate every moment of it.
Yeah.
But a game I go out of my way to play is Black Ops 3. Never do I ever just wake up in the morning and I'm like, all right, let's go play some fucking classified. It's like, it's like tolerable. It's not.
Yeah.
Like a video game shouldn't be tolerable. It should be, you know, you should want to go out of your way.
Yeah, it's a fucking video game. It should be for fun, which is it's a good point.
Yeah.
Dude, BO4 is so hard. This episode's a little hard to talk about. Jesus, this game really doesn't offer a lot.
You will see a lot of people over time though like BO4 more and more just because, you know, when things age, they oftentimes age better.
Like
it's not very often that a map or a game actually ages worse.
Yeah.
More often than not, you get people that look back and think, oh, BO4 wasn't that bad, even though in the moment they're like, fuck this game, I hate it.
Yeah, my biggest problem is that it had the like shakiest launch with blue screens and shit, so a lot of YouTubers were just like, fuck this game, I'm never playing again, no one buy it, and they kind of just quit on it, and then the community was like, I'm not gonna play if my favorite streamers aren't gonna play, so it all kind of just fell apart, but I feel like the game itself wasn't that bad. It was really just the reception overall. That makes any type of sense.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
And then we have Riley saying, it's growing on me and I love the perk system. Now, I don't need to read the rest, because I hate this perk system with a passion.
Oh, God.
It kind of...
The perk system. It doesn't fix anything they set out to fix it for. They set out to fix crutch perks. They didn't want us having crutch perks. I pick the same 4 fucking perks every single time I play.
Let me just
fix the problem.
Let me give you an analogy.
Dying Wish is a crutch perk.
It's worse. It's better. It's more OP than all of those perks. They reverse. Okay, let me just put it this way, right? Okay, Black Ops 4 is the zombies game with the most perks of all time. I think there's like in the higher 20s. You can only use 4 a game? What the fuck does that even mean? How do you give us the most perks but we can't even access them like every game?
I do think a 5 or a 6 perk limit would be really beneficial. Although technically there are ways to get perks outside of your 4 slots in BO4, but like, man, they really killed the in-game variety with this perk system. You pick your 4 perks before the game begins, and throughout the 2, 3, potentially fucking 15 hours you're playing the match, you have no way to change your mind in game. Like if you pick 4 perks, You go down, maybe instead of stamina up this time, I want to go grab speed cola. Can't do that in Black Ops 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Except, unless you do secret sauce. Secret sauce is the exception, but I mean, you could get the worst perk or the best perk. With
Yeah, I mean, with BO3, you hop in a game, you can get every perk on the map. That's it. You can mix it up, you can mix and match, and it's perfect. It's variety. Try to achieve variety by giving you set options in a menu. Like, it just, I don't know, it didn't pay off. It sounds good in practice, but when they actually did it, it just shit the bed.
Absolutely.
Okay, now this next one kind of just made me laugh when I read it. I'm like, I gotta include this because it just doesn't make sense. Now, TM298 comes in with Togder Toten is on the same level as Eisendraw, and just in general, BO4 didn't deserve that much hate. Okay, I agree with the BO4 part, but this Togder Toten take, that's just not real.
Fuck. Am I even reading this correctly?
Do you think he genuinely thought this, or did he put it in here because he knew it would make it? And he's like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck with them.
Absolutely. Like, I don't even know how.
Horizon
Drag. Dude, Horizon Drag is like it's like easily a top 5. Like, it has to be. And in my opinion, like, pretty much is number 1, if not number 2. So, like, what is original about Tog? That's my problem.
Yeah,
like, what is unique about this map? It's this map and Alpha Omega to me that are so average and so safe that they're just boring.
Oh my god, dude, it's the wonder weapons. My biggest problem is the wonder weapons. The map layout's cool, but it's Call of the Dead, so it's nothing new. It feels boring instantly. You spawn and you're like, oh, we're here again. And then you hit the box, you get a fucking thunder gun. It's the last Treyarch map ever, and I get a thunder gun or a sniper wonder waff. Like, come on, guy. That is not what I want. I want new, mystical, cool shit that's gonna end the fucking storyline. I want to like shoot lasers and shit, not air. I don't want to shoot air again. We've done it for so long.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? The scavenger would have actually been perfect.
Elemental scavengers could have worked.
Elemental Oh my god. I just think I actually appreciate a map like Transit that is so poorly designed but took a risk. I appreciate a map that took a risk and failed more than a map that took no risk and did nothing original.
Exactly.
Togder Toten did nothing original, and I cannot say this map is bad because it is not a bad map, but it is fucking boring, and
yeah, it's boring as shit. There's zero replay value.
Yeah. That's the only problem.
It's just not great. And then we have CJ Original saying, unpopular opinion, elixirs are better than gobblegums.
Get the fuck
This
out
is just
of here with
never,
that.
ever gonna be true. It's never gonna work. Elixirs are terrible. And okay, as broken as the gobblegum system was with closing app, I feel like we should be able to keep the ones we use because that shit's expensive and they're really hard to get. How do you feel about this though?
Okay, listen. Sometimes like when we're reading these, I keep forgetting these are unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
And I get myself. I'm like, okay, these people, like, this is not a generally believed thing. This is just one person, Tim. Just calm the fuck down. Okay, gobblegums are vastly superior in every way, both in-game and, like, outside of the game. Dr. Monty's Factory is just easier, simpler. One liquid dividium gives you a gobblegum.
Exactly.
70, what is it, 75 plutonium?
It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. It does not make sense in BO4.
Let me tell you one thing. I haven't used any elixirs for the past year this game's been out other than the classics.
Yeah, because there's
only the classics.
Because dude, you get one perkaholic and you use it and that's it. That's it. You can't close app, you can't save it, and it's not even that special because what is perkaholic in this game? It gives you like what, 6 perks or something?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't think microtransactions are really like great at all in any capacity, but Gobblegum did it. If there ever was a good way to do it, it was Gobblegums, I felt.
Yeah, because
they really gave up with the whole, they gave up at the very end, Treyarch. They're like, you know what, this game is already absurdly easy. Let's give them near-death experience and all these other OP Gobblegums.
Yeah, but that made it so much fun. And the thing with, like, I don't know, it's okay to have really OP Gobblegums, because people will say, like, oh, it makes it way too easy. No, it makes it fun as shit, and if you want the challenge, don't run the OP Gums. So
that's true.
Gums is so beautiful, man. I really hope we get Gobblegums in BO5. Like, that's
although it gets messy when it comes to world records. I mean, on zombieworldrecords.com, there are different sections for Gobblegum users and like classic users, and then the non-users.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not that difficult to distinguish them, but just like for the casual like consensus, it's like I don't know. It can get a little bit messy with the gobblegums, but yes, you can just choose not to fucking use them, and that's the end of the story. But
so
I don't think elixirs are better. I just don't even think that's a valid.
No, because I get elixirs, the idea of it, because you have access to all of them that you're running, and you could use them at any time, which is, I guess, nicer for availability. But then you use them, and there's a cooldown, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's just more fun to hit a gobblegum machine. The RNG factor, it makes it more exciting. BO4 is a linear experience. There's nothing crazy going on.
Gobblegums don't take up your HUD.
Exactly. And then we have the lad Zwenik saying Alpha Omega is actually a good map. Now, this is kind of a benign opinion, I feel like.
Yeah. Zwenik is a friend of mine. I can't say Alpha Omega is a bad map, because like it's not a bad map. It's just not. What did it? It's even worse than TOG. Like, what the fuck did this map do that was original?
My biggest problem with this map is that they took Nuketown from Blackout and put it on a zombies map. Something that was already in the game, I'm pretty sure. And they put zombies on it. And they're like, we'll do it. That's it.
And then people are like, the ray guns, the elemental ray. It's like, elemental ray guns. Will you fucking listen to yourself? Elemental ray gun. Nothing on Alpha Omega has not been seen before. The Hellhounds, Avogadro, the ray guns, Nuketown. How many times have we seen Nuketown? Good God.
Every COD. I think it's in every one.
Some of them twice in each, and like Black Ops 2 had it twice in its own respect.
Oh, it's just a fucking mess, man. Yeah,
Alpha Omega is not. I can't disagree with this, but I can't agree. I feel indifferent. I feel.
Yeah, this is really benign. I guess this is unpopular. I guess it made the cut. I don't know. My thing with these questions, because I'll be like, all right, what are some unpopular opinions about BO4? You guys will be like, it's a shit game. Perk system sucks. Blood's bad. Like, those are popular opinions. I agree with you. We got to think outside the box.
Oh, I just read the next comment, and dude.
I know. I feel like you're about to rip this apart. So this is the finale. The finale opinion. ET Phone Home says, Togdertoden is better than Call of the Dead.
I could not disagree anymore. I don't.
Just how?
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be fair.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to be fair. I am a huge Call of the Dead fanboy. And I will acknowledge its flaws right now. I will list off Call of the Dead's flaws. The fog, kind of annoying, but that's really just a last gen problem. It's kind of like whatever. The fog I don't really care about, but that's something that people complain about. The wonder weapons dropping off. That's a fair argument. High rounds on Call of the Dead are kind of a fucking disaster because past round 45, you have nothing. There's not even a trap.
Yeah, but it adds to the challenge. It makes it more fun in my opinion. So I look at that as a benefit, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too, but some people would disagree. So I would say that some cons to Call of the Dead: fog, wonder weapons / high rounds. That's it. That's literally it. I don't see anything else wrong with Call of the Dead. In fact, I think it's probably the most unique map ever. Possibly.
Dude, it's so weird. It's cool, and I love the Easter egg quest. First of all, I love Celebrity Cast, and they had a great one for this map. And then they're still contributing to the story. They're still helping out the Ultimus crew with giving them the golden rod. Like, this map was just placed perfectly in the storyline. It plays amazing, and I think in Siberia, it needs to be nighttime and snowy and fucking freezing, not like daytime. Whatever it is in Togdertoten is not correct. That's just not logical.
Well said. Although I will say TOG is a very visually appealing map.
Oh yeah,
but I do agree that the Call of the Dead atmosphere better fit Siberia because Siberia
it fits
is
the
a frozen
vibe
wasteland.
But I'll give you one thing that TOG does better than Call of Dead, and that's it, okay? They did some layout adjustments where, like, you could swim under the map, and it kind of connects, like, spawn and stuff better, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's the one thing that BO4 actually did really well with all of the remakes, is, like, on Blood of the Dead, the dock's more open, so you don't have to run all the way around, and, yeah, like, I don't know, just the way they opened up the maps and found different leeways, I actually really liked. But that's about it. TOG is unoriginal. It's literally just boring. I'm sorry, like...
It is. It really is.
Remakes...
I don't. It's like trying to compare the sequel to the original. It's like the original was just better, more unique, and more aspirational. TOG may have fixed a few layout adjustments and stuff, but I mean, what else could they? Like, it's Call of the Dead's better. I just
it just is like everyone knows this. I'm sorry.
It's a brave unpopular opinion, and a lot of people do not actually like Call of the Dead, but I don't see how TOG could be better. I think
Call of the Dead is one of the most interesting maps because, like, I never liked it because when I was a kid, I was playing BO1 all the time, and I just never ever touched Call of the Dead. But as time went on, I saw people making it their favorite map all the time, and the more I played it, the more I loved it. So I don't know, dude. Call of the Dead, definitely better than TOG. This unpopular opinion is crazy, but it's unpopular, so that's the point.
Plus Georgie, dude, you shoot him, you get a Wonder Waff, and you get all the perks too.
Dude, I forgot the Wonder Waffs on Call of the Dead. Wait.
Yeah, that helps
That's
out
so
with
cool.
one of its only flaw. Getting the Wonder Waff from George helps out with one of its flaws, which is the Wonder Weapon problem. So
exactly, it picks itself back up. It has the rebound factor. TOG is just. TOG was also doomed because the Victus crew, as much as I love the Victus crew, the Aether finale should not have been played as Victus. I don't care any way you look at it, that's just anticlimactic. And it's like it's like killing the main characters off screen. That's pretty much what they did. Like they built up to this crazy climax and then just gave us this flat experience.
Yeah, in a way we already saw them die though in Black Ops 3, but that's a whole different conversation.
We already we knew it was gonna happen in both endings. Like when Rev is coming, we're like, we know this cycle's coming. Then TOG, it's like, it's either Great War or they're all dead.
I could see how this is an opinion, and I can see how it's an unpopular one. It's not one that I can side with. This isn't one I would like. Believe it or not, even though I love Call of the Dead, like, okay, like I especially think if you like Black Ops 4 a lot, you're bound to have this opinion because it's just so drastically different than BO1.
Maybe if Black Ops 4 was your first Call of Duty Zombies game.
Yeah.
Because I think about it, like the new gen players, the people that started playing on BO3 and 4, they probably look back on Black Ops 1 and BO2 and they're like, oh, that's so boring. There's no gobblegums. Like, I don't know. They just look at it and they see a dry experience. They didn't experience it like we did. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point. I definitely think a lot of the newer people didn't get that raw build-up from nothing to what we have now. If you just spawn in with 200 health, a specialist,
that's some perspective right there, dude. Actually, like,
yeah, it's a different way. It's like a whole different way of just thinking about stuff, and this is an opinion that would come out of that. Maybe not. Maybe this is not a person who started in BO4.
This is not meant to be offensive.
I don't want to sound, I don't want to sound condescending. Like your opinion is beneath mine because it's not. But I'm just, personally, I don't accept this, but it's okay. It's just unpopular opinions. Okay?
That's all it is. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, and check out Tim Hansen. I mean, I'm sure you already know who Tim Hansen is.
Yes. I got some stuff in the works. I got a big video in the works, and Matt
Giant
is gonna be in it. Wink, wink.
I picked the wrong map. That's all I'll say, though. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.
Peace.